Stone steps worn smooth by years. Nothing carved, still remembered. Rooms fall silent before the door closes. Old clocks don't rush their hour, they move when they decide. Every scar kept private, every lesson paid in time. No speeches at the table, no flags, no raised demand. Respect doesn't ask permission, it'll rise when you stand. Eyes watch without questions, mouths stay trained and still. Pressure doesn't need volume, only gravity and will. The weight stays quiet, but the flow still bends. No noise, no proof, just how it ends. The weight stays quiet, but the floor still bends. And steady in the cold, post slower in the room. And talk about the moment, legends move before the boom. No mirrors in the hallway, no praise hung on the wall. When power's truly settled, it doesn't rise or fall. Years sharpen the silence, not the blade, not the voice. Authority is posture, discipline is choice. The weight stays quiet, but the floor still bends. No threat spoken, no bridges burned. The weight stays quiet, but the floor still bends. Legacy isn't written, it's carried in the walk. Rooms remember footsteps long after all the talk. Nothing owed to history, nothing left to prove. When the weight stays centered, everything else moves. Silence holds the crown, always has. Static fades from the distance. Night keeps its own counsel. Stars don't ask to be followed. Maps fold under pressure, compasses learn to lie. The road reveals itself only after goodbye. No calls made for direction, no flares into the sky. When the dark stops answering, you learn how to decide. Stillness sharpens instinct, loneliness trains the spine. Certainty isn't loud, it's quiet and aligned. No signal in the dark, still moving straight. No signal in the dark, no second guessing fate. No signal in the dark, still moving straight. Voices echo behind me, selling comfort, selling ease. But borrowed light goes out when the night tightens its knees. Every step self-funded, every doubt carried alone. If the path doesn't call your name, you carve it in stone. Faith without witnesses, direction without sign. The calm that comes from knowing the line was always mine. No signal It always does, but daylight isn't victory. The walk was enough. Those who needed guidance stayed where the lights were warm. Those who learned to trust the dark became the storm. No signal, no excuse. Trophies collect dust, names fade off the wall. What remains never asked to stay. Applause is a short season, echoes don't age well. The quiet after winning is where the truth would dwell. No interviews with ghosts, no speeches to the crowd. When the work is finished, silence feels allowed. Egos starve on attention, principles eat alone. The strongest rooms are empty when the throne's outgrown. Nothing left to prove, that's the proof. Nothing left to prove, that's the truth. Nothing left to prove. Success loves an audience, power prefers the shade. What's earned doesn't glitter, it settles calm and laid. No rivals on the record, no scores left to even. The past already answered, the future doesn't need it. When validation exits, freedom enters the frame. The absence of approval feels exactly the same. Nothing left to prove, no disguise. Nothing left to prove, open eyes. Nothing left to prove. The walk continues forward, not fast and not slow. Victory is portable, you carry it low. When the world keeps shouting, asking who you are, the answer stays unchanged and never raised too far. Nothing left, that's enough. Still water runs the deepest veins beneath the stone. A man who's mastered silence never walks alone. The room adjusts when he arrives, no word is said. The loudest ones already know, they feel what's in his head. He didn't build his walls with rage or borrowed fire. He let the world misread him and he rose a little higher. The quietest man in the room is always the most dangerous one. Don't mistake the calm for weakness in the eye. Still water doesn't warn you before the current pulls you by. The quietest man in the room is always the most dangerous one. He's already made his decision. You're just waiting for the sun. He watched them spin their anger like it had no price. He held his tongue through winters paid in cold and nice. Every word unspoken was a card he kept in hand. Every room he entered they already understand. Not a thread in his posture, not a fire in his eye, just the quiet that arrives before the storm rolls by. Don't mistake the calm for weakness in the eye. Still water doesn't warn you before the current pulls you by. The quietest man in the room is always the most dangerous one. He's already made his decision. You're just waiting for the sun. They say he moved through darkness like he owned the night. He never chased the spotlight, he became the light. His legacy wasn't written in the things he said. It lived inside the silence long after he was dead. So when the noise dies down and all the echoes fade, what's left is what he built in the quiet that he made. The quietest man in the room is always the most dangerous one. Already made his move, already won. Every temptation that ever broke a man came just like an answer, came holding out a hand. He's seen the door they're offering, he's seen where it goes. The fruit that looks the sweetest is the fruit that nobody knows. He doesn't move for comfort, doesn't bend for praise. He built himself in darkness through 1,000 silent days. What you refuse defines you more than what you choose. Smoke without fire, that's what they see. A man who mastered one and then decided to be free. What you refuse defines you more than what you choose. Some men spend their whole lives winning things they never use. He had it all in front of him, the easy road was paved, but every soft thing offered just enslaves the man who craved. He chose the weight of discipline. When pleasure called his name, he let the warning sharpen him. He kept the edge the same. The ones who got the shortcut, they forgot the long way home. He walked it every morning and he walked it always alone. Smoke without fire, that's what they see. A man who mastered one and then decided to be free. What you refuse defines you more than what you choose. And in the years that followed, when the others came undone, he was already standing in the cold light of the sun. Not proud, not loud, not bitter at the things he left behind. Just clear, just clean, just sovereign over everything is mine. Well, you refuse defines you. What you refuse is yours. The man who masters wanting never has to keep the score. Before the recognition came the years nobody watched. Before the door swung open, he had already knocked. They weren't there for him when the cold was all he had. They weren't there when everything he built went twice as bad. But he kept the faith with no one, didn't need a crowd to see. The only witness to his rise was who he chose to be. He built it in the dark, so the light would mean something. No one claps for the foundation, they applaud the view. No one names the river, they just drain what it moves through. He built it in the dark, so the light will mean something. A legacy carved silent, not a word, not a thing. He never told a story to the ones who didn't ask. Never wore suffering as a shield or wore it as a mask. The work spoke every language he refused to ever learn. What others chase for praise, he only chased to earn. And when the credits rolled and every name got called to stand, he was already somewhere else, already building with his hands. No one clapped for the foundation, they applaud the view. No one names the river, they just dream what it moves through. He built it in the dark, so the light would mean something. A legacy carved silent, not a word, not a thing. The monuments men leave behind are made of stone or steel. They live inside the people who can show you what is real. He raised his sons with principle, his daughters with their spine. He never asked the world for proof, the proof was in the line. And when the last of him is gone and memory runs thin, the ones who carry forward, they'll know where it all begins. He built it in the dark, so the light will mean something. Still building, still moving. Ashes cool the slowest when the fire burns the deepest. Patience has a language and the angry never speak it. He watched them come with fire, watched them say their piece. He let the moment breathe until the moment found its peace. Not because he lacked the rage was always there. Because a man who knows his power doesn't have to show it bare. Rage is just a fire that burns the hand that holds it. Let it go to ash and patience. Let the moment cool. The man who keeps his fire controlled is nobody's fool. Rage is just a fire that burns the hand that holds it. The strongest move a man can make is choosing not to wield it. They're choosing not to wield it. They pushed to see if he would break. They measured him by noise. A man who stays unmoved under pressure, that's the real poise. He didn't get him fury, didn't give him what they came for. He gave them something colder, and they didn't ask for more. Because rage feeds the crowd and silence starves the game. And a man who starves his enemies has won before he came. Let it go to ash and patience. Let the moment cool. The man who keeps his fire controlled is nobody's fool. Rage is just a fire that burns the hand that holds it. The strongest move a man can make is choosing not to wield it. Oh, time is the only weapon that has never lost a war. He didn't rush the reckoning, he let it find the door. Every man who wronged him and forgot it, they moved on. And he moved quiet forward, and he kept on keeping strong. Not bitter, never hollow, not consumed by what was done. Just patient as the winter, just as certain as the sun. Rage is just a fire, ash and patience. That's the higher. Let it cool. Let it cool. Long before the title and the weight of what he earned, there were rooms with no applause and lessons slowly learned. He did the work when no one watched. He said the harder truth. He kept his word in winters that would soften lesser proof. Not for any witness, not for memory or name, 'cause the man inside the mirror holds the only score he claims. Reputation is what others give you. Character is what you pay for in the dark. He doesn't need the story told. He knows the price he paid. He doesn't need the record straight. The record has been made. Reputation is what others give you. Character is pay for in the dark. The man the mirror knows never had to play a part. He's watched men build their image like a house without a floor. All face, no foundation. All the show, none of the core. And when the wind found their direction, when the weight came down to fall, the ones who live with substance, they were standing through it all. He never begged for credit, and he never chased a name. He understood that who you are and who you're seen as aren't the same. He doesn't need the story told. He knows the price he paid. He doesn't need the record straight. The record has been made. Reputation is what others give you. Character is what you pay for in the dark. The man the mirror knows never had to play a part. At the end of all the seasons, when the noise has gone to ground, what a man has truly been will be the only thing that's found. Not the accolades, not the angles of the life he showed the crowd, but the choices made in private, whether broken or unbowed. He made his choices quietly. No audience required. Just a man who lived correctly and then quietly retired. Reputation is what others give you. Character is what you pay for in the dark. The man the mirror knows. The man the mirror knows. The fog rolls low across the empty plain, where banners once snapped loud and proud in vain. Footprints vanish under steady rain. Yet something heavier than footsteps stays. No flag is raised, no horn is blown. The air itself grows thick with what is known. And still shout to fill the hollow space. The echoes chasing one another's pace. The wise one stands apart, unmoved, unfazed, watching how the loudest voices waste. Time collects the scattered noise like dust and leaves behind the weight that does not rust. Silence reigns when noise is lost its throne. Silence reigns when noise that screamed are nowhere to be found. Only what was never forced to speak still sits upon the hill when all is ground. The quiet keeps the keys to every door that fury tried to kick and broke before. Silence reigns when noise has lost his throne. Silence reigns when noise has lost his throne. Whoa. The seed is dropped before the first light breaks. No crowd arrives to mark the quiet stake. Roots pushed downward through the black unknown, building what the surface has not shown. Seasons come and go without a sound, yet something taller slowly claims the ground. The work endures when all the cheers have died. The work endures when all the cheers have died. That plant will one day leave the field. No plaque will rise, no crowd will ever kneel. Still the branches spread above the stone, casting shade that no one needs to own. What is built does not require the eyes of those who only watch and theorize. The work endures when all the cheers have died. The work endures when all the cheers have died. Future feet will walk the path once laid, never knowing whose calm hand was paid. No signature, no speech, no final nod, just the quiet proof that time forgot. Legacy needs neither flag nor name. It simply stands when lesser things go lame. The work endures when all the cheers have died. The work endures when all the cheers have died. its way without a single roar. Waves may crash and foam against the stone, but only patience claims the canyon's bone. Fury spins itself in blinding light, while calm still moves when fury dies at night. The calm that holds survives, the rage that breaks. The calm that holds survives, the rage that breaks. Strength and sudden flame, then stand surprised when nothing stays the same. The one who holds a fire deep inside turns heat to steel that time cannot divide. Anger passes like a summer squall, but what is hell becomes the mountain's wall. The calm that holds survives, the rage that breaks. The calm that holds survives, the rage that breaks. Every storm has spent its final breath. The quiet figure simply walks ahead. No score is kept, no debt is ever claimed. Just forward motion, steady, unrestrained. What others lost in heat and hurried pace, the discipline still carried through the day. The calm that holds survives, the rage that breaks. The calm that holds survives, the rage that breaks. When a teacher's faster than comfort, muscle remembers what won't forget. Cold doesn't shock anymore, it trains. Breath slows, hands steady, nothing leaks, nothing complains. Emotion waits for permission, impulse stays on a chain. Reaction is expensive, control costs less pain. Fires burn out quickly, ice holds the shade. The calm man lasts longer than the loud ones escape. Cold is a discipline, not a mood. Cold is a discipline, carefully used. Cold is a discipline. Stones pass through the chest without taking the wheel. Anger knocks every night, patience decides what's real. With no rush toward revenge, no hunger for reply. Time handles disrespect better better than force ever tried. Silence sharpens judgment, heat only blurs those who master temperature, master the curve. Cold is a discipline learned and kept. Cold is a discipline, promises made. Cold is a discipline. Years reward the tempered, not the reactive flame. The calm survives history, the loud becomes a name. When the moment arrives, nothing spills or bends. Cold stands upright and waits until the end. Still intact. Stone doesn't negotiate. The river learns its limits. Offers come dressed in comfort, excuses arrive and go. Every shortcut whispers, every backbone says no. Pressure tests the outline, temptation tests the spine. What bends survives briefly, what holds defines time. Convenience changes daily, principles stay put. A man is only measured at the line he won't cross. The line never moves, only men do. The line never moves, it stays true. The line never moves. Crowds lean toward permission, silence leans toward law. Integrity is inflexible, that's why it's rare to solve. No need to announce it, no banner, no sound. When values are anchored, they don't drift around. Compromise has a voice, conviction has none. That's how you know which one's done. The line never moves, storms pass through. The line never moves, even when few. The line never moves. History respects firmness, not popular terms. What stands without witnesses still earns. When the deal collapses and the room clears out, the line stays drawn without a doubt, unmoved. Work continues after the lights. no audience required. Progress doesn't announce itself, it accumulates. Repetition carves authority while noise negotiates. No applause to pace the rhythm, no mirror to confirm. Consistency outlives motivation, that's the lesson learned. Lonely hours compound interest, effort unseen still grows, most clear without witnesses. That's why few know, built without witnesses still stands, built without witnesses, by own hands, built without witnesses. Routine replaces emotion, structure beats desire. The body obeys patterns, not speeches, not fire. Every quiet repetition sharpens the edge. No one needs to notice for the debt to be paid. Results don't need witnesses, they arrive regardless. Time signs every contract in full, in silence, built without witnesses. Pressure tested, built without witnesses. Never questioned, built without witnesses. When the spotlight finally circles, it finds something whole, not hungry for attention, already control. Those who trained in private don't rise, they appear silent, unshaken, already here, standing. Nothing ripens on command. Time chooses. Impulse spends early, wisdom waits. Timing separates amateurs from those who dominate. Reaction is immediate, control is slow. The man who can pause always owns the room. Silence stretches moments until truth reveals. Delay sharpens leverage while haste concedes the field. Delay is power, always has been. Delay is power, let it set in. Delay is power. Opportunities circle, they always return. The desperate reach early, the patient let them burn. No fear of missing windows when vision is clear. The right move stays right no matter the year. Urgency serves emotion, patience serves command. Those who wait correctly always land. Delay is power, pressure applied. not forced, just irreversible. History favors timing over speed or flame. Delay leaves fingerprints on every wind.